It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It's Friday.
Woo-hoo. Yes.
December 28th, 2018. It's the last Friday of the year and the month.
And we're back.
And we're back live.
We're back live. It's a scary thought. It's a scary thought. I hope everybody did enjoy our Christmas show and stuff. I thought that was really
I got a lot
cool.
of requests. The Victory Trio, Rick Watts, got a, when I text, I said, hey, can you put that online?
I got them online. I got them both
shared,
online.
Yeah.
I got them shared in all the pages and got all that done. So I didn't
Rogers,
think about
everybody.
the online thing, but I got it fixed.
We got it done. Good morning. Welcome to Down on the Corner program, the last show of this week. Well, we got one more in Friday. Bob Rechtenwald Sports on Monday. Yep.
And that'll be the last show of the year.
Last show of the year.
Year's almost
Then
over.
we get another day off. What are you going to do on January 1st, Scooter?
Recover? No.
I mean, for TV.
We're actually the sports show. We're going to just rerun
Back to
that.
back.
So yeah,
I may take Monday off.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Well, we're back to live TV after being off from Christmas Eve until today. We appreciate everybody that came in and pre-filmed everything, and it went well. And so, hope
Had a
everybody
little
had
bit
a good
of time
Christmas.
off. Had a good Christmas. And
Yeah.
Well, that explains the rust that I saw this morning. I didn't realize y'all had
Oh,
been
we're rusty
recorded.
today. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to be rusty this
And we
morning.
haven't been here since the 21st.
Definitely going to be rusty this morning.
Hey, we're enjoying Brewed Awakening Coffee like we normally do this time of the morning. Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. 3 locations, the Jacqueline say in the introduction. We got Balmer Boulevard, BRMC Lobby, and of course 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness. And Mike and his gang do a great job serving you the best coffee in town. Check out their mochas, lattes, and anything else they can serve. They've got a menu board that long,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cinnamon rolls, about that big.
Yeah, cinnamon roll. Did you try any of that coffee? Did you refill yet?
I have. Yeah, I always do.
Yeah. Is it pretty good?
Yeah, always.
Yeah,
It always.
Yeah.
They had to come here for the maximum strength version
betcha.
of it.
Yeah.
This is real policeman's coffee here.
the morning jolt. It even says it on my cup. Morning
There-
jolt.
120
you go.
volts right
Yeah.
there. And we appreciate Brewed Awakening and their sponsorship on the show. Looking forward to serving them in 2019. And, of course, Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water.
There you go.
Yep. So did you get a lot of nice, pretty Christmas things?
Yeah, I got a lot of good things. To me, it's when it comes to the gifts, it's about the kids. But
Yeah.
I got some cool things.
I don't know where I'd put anything else if I got anything.
Yeah, I know.
I
That's
got a
kind
nice
of where
little
I'm
Christmas
at.
tree
It's-
ornament for my grandson.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it.
There you go. I got a few little cooking things. I'm into cooking, so
Yeah.
got a lot of cooking stuff and some clothes and kind of the basic stuff. And
Yep.
had a good time with the family. Had a great meal. I got to give a shout out to Holy Smokes Barbecue. He did prime rib for us for Christmas Day, and oh my goodness,
Yeah.
That
My brothers
was
in Harrison had a
smoked.
nice. Yeah.
oh tender. Oh, Matt, you did a great job. I just want to give you a shout out for that. Anybody that's questioning getting prime rib, Matt knows how to cook it.
There you go. Wow. Anyway, Brewed Awakening Coffee, thank you for your sponsorship. We're looking forward to 2019, and Mike and his gang have 3 locations to serve you Brewed Awakening Coffee. And, of course, Morning Prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas when the need arises. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes, right here in Mountain Home. Do your pre-planning with Bruce or Brad or Chris. Any of the gang down there can help you out. Very professional, very knowledgeable, very helpful, very respectful. Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas when the need arises. Let's pause now for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, now it's on to a new year, 2019. Seems like in my lifetime I've seen it all. A president assassinated, man walking on the moon, 4 long-haired men from England changes music forever. Then we had riots, wars, political scandals, airplanes flew into buildings in New York, the Woodstock Rock Festival. So Lord, what's next? With a history such as this, wouldn't a nation want to change a few things? Now we face a pain med addiction. How can this happen? Lord, we need to change. Lord, how can we make things better for generations to come? I pray that in 2019 you help us to find answers to these complicated issues. And that's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bringing morning prayer each and every day. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Woo! Listen to that trumpet. Whoa.
The weather.
Brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. Had breakfast there yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right.
Had breakfast, yeah.
I went in this morning, finally, like I said, this was my day back, so I had to go in this morning, get the biscuits ready and the bacon and all that. So
Yeah.
it feels good to be back in here and going through routine
Back
again.
in the saddle again.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
feel good.
Back in the saddle again. Morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday till 11. Best lunch, best breakfast in town. Doing a special today?
Yep, steak. It's Friday. We got steak day.
Steak day.
Steak and eggs. It's a marinated sirloin steak, and cut it with a butter knife. It's really good. Comes with eggs, hash browns, biscuit, and gravy or toast for $8.88. Or for lunch, we've got hamburger steak supreme. Those are really good.
Oh, that's so good.
We sell a ton of them. They are
It
excellent.
is so good.
And it comes with 2 sides, a roll of cornbread for $6.88. Can't beat it.
Wow. Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. It's so peaceful this time of year. I was down there Christmas Eve and got down there about 6:55. Quiet, real nice, you know. Nobody on the square. The Christmas decorations are still on. It was
calm before the
calm
storm.
before the storm. So nice. Morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. Be sure to visit them for breakfast or lunch. Today we're at 32 degrees in Mountain Home. We have 30 in Harrison, 35 at Hardy. It's 39 in Mountain View, 33 at Yellow. Marshall checks in at 39, well 32 at Calico Rock. Did you get any fog coming up?
No, I didn't, but I bet there is in Mountain View.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Along the river, yeah. Calico at 32. St. Louis checks in at 35. It's 39 at Poplar Bluff. Branson at 30. 31 in West Plains, Missouri. And in Watford City, North Dakota, it is 1.
That's right, folks. Just one digit, one.
1.
They're almost there.
1.
They're almost at that temperature. When somebody asks you, what is your temperature?
We don't
you
have
say,
any.
we don't have
We
one.
don't have any, yeah.
They're almost there.
Well, let's refresh this national radar. You can see the line of showers that went through the other day from New Orleans back into Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, the Carolinas, Tennessee, into Kentucky, the Virginias, all the way up into the New England area. Big storm going through there. This has produced snow and rain. I'm gonna back one up here. This is Hattiesburg, Mississippi. They've got some flooding down there. Southeast Mississippi slammed by flash flooding. And so I'm going back to that radar now. Ready?
Yep.
And so this is the current radar right now. Nothing in Arkansas. We have a little bit in Nebraska and South Dakota and other stuff coming in Texas and New Mexico. And so I haven't seen a weather forecast. Well, I think I watched Channel 3 last night. I don't remember what they said. But anyway, let's check that Little Rock stop real quick. Looks like we're picking up a little bit around Pine Bluff. Looks like most of the highways in Arkansas are clear. 62, 412 east and west. We got Highway 65, Little Rock, Branson on Highway 65. 67, 167, Batesville, Poplar Bluff in good shape. Your interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, and 555 in Arkansas in good shape. And I am picking up a little bit between Pine Bluff and Interstate 40 east of Little Rock. I don't know if that's actually a shower or what's going on, but could be.
Well, I was driving back from Tennessee yesterday, and it rained so hard getting out of Memphis.
Really?
All the way, almost to Jonesboro. Just hardly see the car. There was car accidents, people driving too fast.
What time did you leave
hydroplaning.
Memphis?
About 11 o'clock.
In the morning?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Wow. Really?
Yeah, it was rough.
Well, you can see how heavy, and this is the line right here on the national radar. That's basically this line here between Birmingham and Nashville is what came through Memphis yesterday. So, wow. Anyway, the St. Louis radar stop looks like everything's good there. Interstate 70, Columbia east to St. Louis, 70 east, Vandalia, Effingham, Illinois. Then you got I-44, Rolla to St. Louis in good shape. I-64 east from East St. Louis, Illinois to Mount Vernon in good shape. You see Interstate 55 coming in from Sikeston in the state of Missouri. Interstate 24 coming into Carbondale, Illinois, that junctions I-57. Everything in good shape there. Backing out and going to southwest Missouri here. I-44, Joplin, Springfield in good shape. Lebanon, Rolla. Interstate 70 Kansas City to Columbia, it's in good shape as well. And so, it's wet in the east. A lot of rain right now. A lot of rain, man alive. Just Alabama, Georgia. It's going to get pretty bad over there for a while. Anyway, I'm going to refresh this real quick, see what we've got here. Today, sunny, high of 42. Tonight, mostly clear, low of 26. Saturday, sunny, high of 40. Saturday night, partly cloudy. Sunny, Sunday, mostly sunny, then a slight chance of showers, high of 44. It turns into a 20% chance Sunday afternoon and night. It goes to a 90% chance Sunday night. Monday, an 80% chance, and partly sunny, high of 48. Monday night, 27 degrees for the low, and then New Year's Day is a high of 36 with mostly sunlight.
Awesome, awesome.
How's that?
There you go.
So what do you got on community calendar that's brought to you by Affordable Housing?
I don't have diddly. New Year's is coming.
Yeah.
New Year's.
This could be, when it
I'm telling you, everybody, New Year's is coming, whether you're ready or not.
When it comes down to this time of the year, it's just, it's tough, let me tell you. Well, we got the Baxter County Conservation District Fall Harvest Sale. It's December 26th through January 31st, recurring event. And let's see, let me hit this right here. You can call, don't see the phone number, 425-3527 for that activity. See if there's anything else coming up. Today from 7 to 9, Hope for All benefit concert for Helping Our Homeless Group will be Friday night, December 28th from 7 to 9 at the First United Methodist Church at 605 West Street in Mountain Home. Cost is $5 adults, $2.50 for children. Homeless people are our guests. There will be a variety of music with several groups performing fun for all upbeat music for the new year. Very good.
There you go.
And then Elmcroft of Mountain Home Open House. They'll have an open house Saturday, December 29th, 1 to 3. Drop in for a toast of good cheer to the holiday season and coming year. 715 West 6th Street in Mountain Home. And Affordable Housing brings you the community calendar. Like I say, it's very slow right now.
Yeah, not a lot going on.
It'll start picking up about middle of January. You know, you get into that main week of January.
Yeah.
You get, once the kids get back into school, you won't have anything. Of course, New Year's Day is on Tuesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Then we'll have the Christian Academy kids back. I like having them.
Yeah.
They're a ball. They're a trip.
They're a lot of fun. So.
Well, that's about it for the first segment.
Mike? Hi.
Good morning.
Oh, we haven't reset the cameras yet, so we're going to have to take a break. Reset the cameras.
Yeah.
Mike Stevens going to be here first he's with Pineville Volunteer Fire Department. He's with Stone County Sheriff's Office. It's always fun to have Mike come up and talk with us. So, anyway, take an early break, and we'll be right back.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with a pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant, located on the square in Mountain Home.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
It's that time of year again. Time to take a hard look at your Medicare health plan. If you're looking for a new plan or looking to renew your existing plan, now's the time to renew all your options. At Bacco Insurance, we'll sit down with you and show you all the new choices and options, including $0 premium plans with low copays and dental, vision, and hearing benefits. Let us help take the confusion out of selecting a plan and find one catered to your needs. Contact Bacco Insurance today, located at 351 East 9th Street, Suite B in Mountain Home.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran's stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
Life is too short to wear boring clothes. Welcome to Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique, where we carry the latest trends and fashions and accessories at prices anyone can enjoy. Feel beautiful while looking fabulous with a large range of fashions that fits anyone's sense of style. You're sure to discover something unique and new at every visit. Shabby to Chic also features 12 professional stylists, aesthetics by Amy J, a nail technician, and 4 tanning beds. Excite your style at Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique in Mountain Home.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
And we're back, visiting with Mike Stephen of Stone County Sheriff's Office and Pineville Volunteer Fire Department. How you been?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me back, Dale.
You bet.
Golly, how long ago did we schedule this?
Oh goodness, couple of weeks, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's been a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been interesting. Good holiday season. Got a chance to spend time with folks, and
Yep.
and now we're starting to get business ready for the fire department, and I guess everybody's trying to get ready for the next year, to include the community calendar.
I dread January and February.
Yeah, everybody will start picking up. This is our new year, 2019. Here we go. So yeah, it's
Yeah, January, February, they're kind of like, I wish I was a bear. I could just hibernate, you know. Because it gets cold, Scooter.
Yeah.
Chilly.
Cold.
Well,
You
it's
get that 4-letter word called snow.
yeah,
Chilly, not cold.
and keeping our equipment up at the fire station with the weather like it is, it's daunting. I've got some good young people that are helping out. We're very blessed at Pineville to have the crew we've got. We couldn't do it without them.
Yeah.
There's no way that the guy at the top can do it. It's got to be them guys stepping up and doing it. And I tell them all the time, don't miss the opportunity to recruit. And every time they start working on a big project, they go, boy, we need more people. Well, yeah, that's why I said don't miss that opportunity. All the fire departments in the area, I mean, there's stuff to be done. And you might not be the one. It's not for everybody. You can get up in the middle of the night and run out to somebody's needs and trying to help family, friends, neighbors, and strangers, people you don't even know that are traveling through that have accidents. So we're always looking for folks. And I think because our mentality at Pineville is never miss the opportunity to recruit, those young guys are always looking for us.
But you've done a great job. You got that station over at Dolph.
We do. We've got 2 stations. We're at 9 trucks, I think, now. That's terrible. I gotta remember how many trucks I have, but one of them we're getting ready to cycle out, and you have to have backup rigs so that if something goes down.
Let you run tires on those trucks. 10 years on your tires.
They don't come and check us. And
Really?
I probably shouldn't be talking about it. They'll be like somebody will come up with a new rule now. That's all we need. There are in the NFPA. There's rules about what you can have and what you can't have. But we run. I mean, it's not like Mountain Homes Fire Department where the trucks are going all the time. I mean, we'll run normally anywhere from 120 to 150 calls a year out of our department, and everybody's kind of like that. So we go and help others, and
you got a little bit more rural road.
We got
some gravel.
We do, but some of the changes made. Of course, I've been fire chief now for 10 years. Just realized that the other day. one of the changes made right away is when I first started, and they just bail those trucks off into the fields and the pastures and drive them over trees and everything. Well, it wasn't their truck.
Yeah.
Thing is, they're having to fix them, and then when you start putting them in that situation, don't break my truck. We changed the way we approached it, and that's it was tough on some of the country boys that have been used to driving them big old trucks over the top of whatever. But it's a truck, it'll go. And now we're trying to keep them shiny and clean and take care of them. So
they got to last a while.
They got to last. They do. We got our first grant and bought a 08 Kenworth. Ooh. Which was our first grant, and of course we bought it in 08. They were brand new, and when we got that truck, that you could tell the difference in everybody looking at it, because oh man, this is a big truck, carries
this one's for real,
2,500 gallons of water. It's got every piece of equipment just like it's just like the big city. Yeah, I can do air quotes on my television.
The 47 Chevrolet, right?
Yeah. Well, it was actually.
I think y'all got old fire truck sitting down there somewhere, don't you? Did there for a while?
Yeah, it's not there anymore. We sold it.
Yeah,
we try not to keep the stuff that we're not going to use. I think our oldest engine's 94 model that we.
Our oldest is a 94. To me, that's new.
Yeah. Well,
I was over at Men Mechanic yesterday, talking to Mike Sisk. We got to talking about 75 Pontiacs and 76 Chryslers and 74 Chevelles and stuff.
Start doing the math on them, on those dates that you just listed out there.
Those are antiques.
Yeah, they're antiques.
You probably buy 2 sets of antique tags for some of these cars.
Yeah. Our main engine, when I started there 10 years ago, we had a 73 GMC, just old straight lace. It's an engine. It was made
was
by
it V8 or diesel, gas?
That one was gas.
Yeah.
And it was a V8. Oh yeah, I had to.
366.
Yeah, boy, don't even get me started. I'm even gonna try to remember that. You got to start scanning some of that stuff off. But it was a gasoline engine, and it did the job. But that was our main engine. Well, those things, when they get that old, things start happening. And they had bought a truck out of upstate New York and brought it in and had it there and nicknamed it, called it the Beast. Boy, I'm really getting into the history of Pineville now, ain't I? And that thing was a standard transmission. No, very few people could drive it, and it was rusted out. Oh my gosh, it was something. But there are people that really love that truck because it was the Beast. Well, it wasn't that great a truck. We wrote our first grant on that truck, and writing the grant, that was to get rid of that truck. So as soon as we got the new one, that one was gone.
So what can we do for prevention of fire? Like I said, January, February's coming up, and that's the old heat with wood.
Well,
space
it's not
heaters,
near as prevalent as it was a decade ago.
Yeah.
It's still around because we're in the hills of Arkansas, and it's a fuel, and it's that. And I went to a place the other day. Of course, it was my other badge, and went there to help somebody. They called for help, and we go and we show up. It's medical call, and that badge goes to medical calls too. So it's sheriff's department or the fire department. And I went in there, and it was an older house, and he was happy with what he had. Or I'm 6'1", I was all but ducking walking through the ceiling, so there was no standards for the building of that place. But he had a wood stove in there, one of them old potbelly wood stoves, and that room was probably a 10 by 10 room that we were in, and that thing sat right dead center in the middle of it, and it was glowing red. I mean, that thing, I could barely stay in there. We were like open.
Everybody. It had to be 102 degrees.
It was more than that. It was an oven, and of course. Elderly gentleman, he was just cold and he wasn't feeling well, and he had that thing cranked up, and we just don't see as many wood stoves. When the wood furnaces started coming in and they started putting those outside and plumbing the heat in. Now, don't get me wrong, they're still out there. Those flues need to be cleaned. They need to take care of it. But you also see these new heating systems where they have carbon monoxide issues, and there's actually detectors for that now. That's something that's changed in the past decade, and your smoke detector is also a carbon monoxide detector, and those things need to be checked. Of course, they say when you change the time, everybody the big push, put a battery in it, and that little thumbs up to those programs that needs to happen. Fire prevention. Look, everybody's going to start. Spring's coming. The first time they think the grass is going to start growing, people are going to start burning stuff, and it's going to be there's a lot of fire load in the woods right now. And except for the places where they burnt it off, they did that big burn off in the national forest, and boy, you can tell it if you drive from Calico going to Mountain View.
Yeah.
There's a few places there where there's scorched earth. I don't know if that was their plan.
So going down 5 South?
Going 5 South, yeah. Going on 5 South there, Allison, Sillamore.
Yeah.
Just past the shooting range there, where they got a shooting range spot on the left. I see that, and it's just that used to just be just loaded up. Of course, they're doing some cedar eradication. Those guys in the forestry, they know what they're doing. But they dropped all that stuff and all that.
But at least in California, where you light a match in L.A. and it burns all the way to Sacramento.
Yeah. And I think they may have let it go too long this time, because they scorched everything. Some of the pine trees don't look like they're coming back. So I don't know if the weather changed on them or what the case might be. But fire creates its own.
When they start burning off down by the Buffalo River, I was talking to somebody on the phone, and we got to talk about that. They do the control burn down by the Buffalo River. As the crow flies, probably 55 miles, we'll get the smoke up here.
Yes, and that's some of the same crew that did that. So they're doing that all through the national forest and the areas, and those hot shots. Those guys are really good firefighters. That's what they do.
Yeah.
And it's.
Well, I had to go down to Conway one time, and I didn't know they're burning down there on Highway 14 and 27, right through the thick of the smoke.
Yeah. Well, they put up signs and everything when they did that controlled burn, but really going back to the fire load. Listen, that's the national forest where somebody's managing it. There's a lot of places that it's just people's property that they might not even live here, and it's not being managed. And when it hits that stuff,
but you said they scorched it down. That's probably a good fire break right there.
Oh yeah, there ain't nothing. Well, it's grow. The underbrush stuff has all come up. All your weeds and stuff that grow fast. They've come back up, and you can see that. But you can see them dead pines where they've scorched them and taken them out. But as far as fire prevention right now, the households, you just got to watch where you put these electric heaters and those space heaters. People bringing these things that aren't really designed to be in a household and setting them in.
And if you got one of those space heaters that's got a cord that big, don't go to Walmart and get one of those that are half the size of these mic cables. And people don't understand wire gauge.
Yeah, once that gets warmed up, it can be against any number of things: the paper, the carpet,
You could have a 12-gauge heater cable and an 18 to 20-gauge extension cord and burn a house down.
Most space heaters will tell you not to use extension cords for that reason of any kind.
A lot of appliances are that way. The high draw, you're not supposed to run an extension cord. Of course, we're guys. We're going to put an extension cord on it and stretch it across the house if we can.
If my space heater's running a 12-gauge cable, then I'm going to put a 10-gauge extension cord on it.
And most people don't think that way, though, Dale. That's just that's it.
I think you buffer those 2 amps right there,
And it's not just the electric heaters, guys. It's the propane heaters. These small propane heaters. Some of them, I mean, they call them ventless. Well, that doesn't mean that it's not still putting carbon monoxide in your house.
Well, we had the ice storm. That's what we had to heat the house on. So I put it near the front window, and I cracked the windows about 2 inches.
It's got some ventilation.
You had some ventilation, so you had the fresh air mix. But still, and I took the top off, so it would actually, the heat would glow. Of course, it's over the ceiling, but it kept that house at 73 degrees, the whole house.
Mm-hmm. And they're really good heaters. But you see these contraptions where it's hunters. The hunters will get for their little shanties, for their deer stands that got television and cable. I saw one the other. You got to be kidding me! It's like you got TV and everything. Is this really a deer stand, or is this your clubhouse? But it had all that fancy stuff in there, and had one of those infrared propane heaters with the tube coming off of it going to a 30-pound bottle, and they're sitting within 3 feet of each other. Okay, yeah, it's like a grill outside, it's hooked up. And it's like, this is like just danger looking to happen. You trip over that cord, over that hose or whatever. And I guess wearing all the different public safety hats that I wear, I see things other ways, and just like you're doing, you're shaking your head going, what did I just see? And it's people just doing what they can with what they got and
Yeah.
trying to stay warm. You know, it's like the fellow using the wood stove glowing red. You know, that used to be the common thing. You see that in mobile homes. You see that anywhere. There was a wood stove in there. I had a wood stove when I was growing up that Dad put in, and he took out a window and stuck the pipe out the window, and it had the runner up, and that's it. You know, that's what they buy these panels, fireproof, whatever it was, and you put it behind. And Dad was a firefighter too, so, you know, or is a firefighter. I shouldn't say was. And it's one of those deals where, well, that was the norm. Well, things change, and you start learning from these mistakes and start putting in protection. So,
anyway, 7:30, visit with Mike Stephen, and we'll do a little talk about policing down in Stone County. So take a break. Be right back.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support, and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
When you need 7:34, visit Mike Stephen. Now we're going to be Stone County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, you put that other hat on. Oh.
So if you could write a book, would it be serious or funny?
I need to write a book. There's no doubt about it. I keep telling people that I can't make some of this stuff up that we see. and then I always get called to the crazy stuff too. When the guys will get out there and say, "Hey, yeah, can you come out here and see this?" And you go, "Yeah, I'm headed that way." And you go out there and get there, and it's like, again, what we said earlier. What did I just see? What was that? It makes life interesting. You enjoy the job that way. We got a lot going on in the sheriff's office. Changes happening. We got Dwayne Pierce was our chief deputy, and he's taking another job and start first of the year in Searcy County. So we're big changes there, and people moving around and making things, trying to reorganize. They're always trying to make it better. The management part of the sheriff's office is I tell the guys, if you don't like the way it is, just wait a little bit, because something's going to happen and going to change it. You get a schedule together, and of course, we're not such a big agency that we've got extra people laying around that can do this, that, and the other and be able to do it. There's a reason we have X amount of deputies, and the reason we have that many deputies is because the quorum court and the county thinks that's what we should have, money-wise or whatever the case might be. So with our changes and everything that's going on, it's something as simple as we got a guy that has to go to the police academy. Well, that's 13 weeks. Well, that 13 weeks has got to be covered by somebody. So, if you don't like the schedule now, just wait. In 13 weeks, it'll change. Just wait, it'll change again. So, dealing with that, and we're not dealing with.
What's the biggest issue in Stone County? You got drugs.
Really.
DWI. I mean, what's the?
We've been doing a lot of DWI training. We did a refresher on the standard field sobriety testing. Got some really good people.
You seen those?
Yes, I have seen those. Yeah, that's the highlighters, everything. If there's something they can get in a high from, some sort of displacement.
This is not just a regular highlighter.
Oh, that's that one.
It's a hidden.
It's the hidden. Yes. Yeah. That's nothing. They have cans that false bottoms, and you can't tell the difference between
water bottle, shave cream,
everything. Gosh, I'm trying to think of some of the things that we've seen here
baseball
lately.
Caps.
Hidden compartments, and the human mind and the ingenuity that comes out of trying to hide stuff and trying to beat us and trying to, they're beating themselves when they get to it. But we said, when I worked in the prison, it's like, well, the inmates got nothing but time. And so they sit there and they watch you and they learn you and they try to, well, what can we do different? And it's the same thing on the street. They're trying to figure out, okay, where did that cop go when he first went up to the car on the traffic stop? So we're not going to put the dope anywhere near that. They're going to put it somewhere else. One of the big things is DWI drugs. That's growing, and it's more difficult. They have a roadside, another level beyond the field sobriety test that goes up, which is called A-RIDE, and the troopers came in and taught this to us from the Criminal Justice Institute from down in Little Rock. And actually the trooper that's here, Rodney, well, there's several of them here that are instructors for A-RIDE and drug recognition officers, which is another level, which is kind of a goal of mine. I don't need more goals. I've got a goal of getting to that. And drug recognition, it takes you through and it gets into the whole system of the body, and it gives you some more tests and some more things that you can do. And it's a lot more difficult. It's a very difficult class. So when you have a drug recognition officer, they've put a lot of effort into it to get to that point. And Mountain Home, Baxter County, I-Troop, we're the state police, had a lot of good times working with these guys, because you learn a lot from them. There's a lot of information. So the agencies all work well together.
Troop I all the way down to Mountain View?
Troop I is in Mountain View, yes. You go Harrison to Mountain View. Of course, it goes down 65 too. Yeah.
So 65, I guess, over 14.
Yeah,
west that way?
They cover, of course, Baxter County troopers. They have assigned counties, and so when they broke out, and we've got some really good guys. Some guys been around for a while, and some young guys. So it's good to have them. But they all go through this A-RIDE class, which is just an acronym. And if you ask me to try to figure it out, I could probably do it because I just went through the class. But it's A-Ride, we'll just call it, and it teaches us more signs and more symptoms. Everybody's seen the stand on one leg, the 9-step turns, and the nystagmus gaze, watching out. There's more to that. So the A-Ride system gives us the opportunity to pick up more clues and be able to do a little bit better job. And it's that next step before the drug recognition officer. And if you get there and start working it, gives you just enough knowledge that, hey, we just took them there and they blew in the breathalyzer and that thing went 0. But boy, there's something going on. There's something on board, as we say. There's something there. And you start looking for other clues and start working it. And sometimes it's just what's laying there in the car. The pill bottle. Well, so what are you taking? The direction of your questioning. So what's the biggest thing? Listen, and it's prescription drugs by far. Prescription drugs. The opioids are, of course, is the big national push now, but it's not just that. There's so many prescription drugs that the doctors prescribe them because they're trying to relieve the pain. They're trying to help, whatever the mental status is or whatever's going on. They're trying to help these people, and I get that. I understand it, but the problem is they don't take that next step. And I'm not all doctors that
and
way.
Here's
but
the thing about the pain. We discussed this. Dr. Charles Osgood comes in. There's a reason for pain.
Yes.
And we describe it like this. I had a discussion last night. Somebody asked me, how come you're not on pain meds if your knee hurts, your back? Well, because there's a source of something causing the pain. If I'm seeing your police vehicle in the window right here. Okay, if every morning that right front tire was flat, then you go to the air compressor and air it up, and every morning 6 a.m. air it up. Okay, you're just going to keep airing up the tire. You're going to take it to the tire shop and patch it, or buy another tire.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not flat,
There's a reason
is it?
for the pain.
No. It's not flat, is it?
No.
That's
all you need today.
That's all I need. I'd have to change it here for sure.
But
and
if you've got an engine
right.
misfiring, you put spark plugs in. You know what I'm saying? You don't just, if I've got a pain and I keep taking pills, all it's doing is hiding the pain and not solving the issue causing the pain.
And it's making you not safe to drive that vehicle. Yeah. And the doctor's not going to cut your mobility. They want you to get out and move, so they give you these to try to make it so you have a better lifestyle. Better, you're not out there just your knee's bad and you just can't get around. They want to make it so you can get out there. I understand that, but the problem is that next step is you don't need to be operating a vehicle. Mm-hmm. You don't need to be driving, and there's clues. We don't have to get into all the clues and the things that we look for, but you can tell when you get behind somebody. The cell phone age has absolutely made everything instantaneous. Social media is a whole nother story, but the cell phone age has, used to somebody had to drive to the next house and go pick up the hardline phone and call and say, hey, there's a drunk driver going down Highway 14 and 56 and somebody needs to get over there and do it. Well, those didn't come very often, but when they came, it was usually pretty serious because that person was probably doing 10 miles an hour and running off the road and going everywhere. It was obvious. Yeah. Now people get behind a car and they cross the center line and they may be just texting or whatever the case might be, somebody and they're on the phone saying, hey, I'm following this drunk driver, and if I'm sitting in Mountain View or in the Mountain View area and they're calling from going towards Batesville, Pleasant Grove, I'm not going to catch that vehicle unless it wrecks. It's just one of those deals. But we try to find them, because if you don't, something bad could happen. We contact the next county and say, hey, we got this coming. And then the other counties, Israel County will contact us and say, hey, there's a car coming out of Calico that we're getting a report on cell phone.
What about marijuana? Does it?
It's prevalent. And does it affect the driving? Absolutely. Absolutely affects their ability to operate a motor vehicle, and with the legalization coming up, it's going to become more and more prevalent. I don't understand the system enough to really criticize it, but I do know this. I see people that say, I have a script for, well, it's still not legal for you to go buy it from Bill over here. Mm-hmm. It's one of those deals that the script, again, the doctor trying to help out. Well, I got a hangnail. Hey, let me write you a script. There's other ways of doing that, but marijuana is always, and there's going to be people that are going to disagree, but it is the gateway. You know, alcohol gets you started, and they start looking for the next thing. Well, they're going to, hey, try this, and that's just the mentality. It's, you know, human nature. Now,
chasing the high,
chasing that next. Where am I getting it next? And then it leads to you start getting into the real stuff. You start getting into the stuff that you know makes them lose their teeth, and you see the pictures all over. Of course, there's the other side of social media. The kids have the awareness to say, you know, here's this beauty queen, and then, you know,
yep,
2 years later, look what you got. I mean, it's because they've got strung out on meth, and it's all that way, and you can see it. I mean, people aren't stupid that are walking the streets out here. You can see the ones that are trying to eat their face off. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said it like that, but that's kind of the common thing, man. You see them in the store and they're making all these faces and they're twitching and they can't stay still. You know, I mean, you know that's not normal, and then those are the type of people we find driving cars, and so we do our best to get them off the road and. Again, we go back to there's only so many deputies. That whole staffing thing, you know, you can only do so much. Yeah. They do surveys on seat belts. There's a program called a STEP program that the City of Mountain View is part of. We're working on getting it for Stone County, and I want to say it was University of Arkansas, but anyway, one of the higher learning places did a survey, and they went out and they actually stood on the side of the road and were counting who wasn't wearing seat belts, how many cars they saw, and who wasn't wearing the seat belt. And so as they go through, they're marking this, and they can't. Well, that's not the one you want to be on the top of the list for. when the stats start coming out, you don't want to be. But Stone County was not the very top of the list, but we're in there.
So you're not wearing your seatbelts then, right?
Well, it's bad. And so what's that do?
Hey, well, you know, I grew up in the era. I remember my grandfather had a '55 Plymouth. He'd pick me up. I'd stand up in the front seat. There's no seatbelts.
I get it. Yeah, riding the back of the pickup truck, standing up. Yeah. I get it. We're showing our age now, Dale. We probably shouldn't be talking about it. The kids will be trying it, but the whole deal with the seatbelt. Listen, I've seen both sides of it.
No, I've too.
I've seen both sides of it, and there's some things that the seatbelts.
I just disagree with them saying that I have to wear it. I shouldn't have that choice.
I know there's some. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But the law says I got to go the other route, so that's where I go.
Yeah.
And right now we're enforcing it pretty hard. The City of Mountain View had some extra officers out last night, and that's the type of things they're doing. They're trying to get people aware, get the vehicles legal, get people driving right. And
I was actually told that the Ticket or Click It is a federal grant program to put money in the police departments, and you have to have a mandatory law in your state to get that grant money.
I'm sure that's right. I was in Oklahoma working in law enforcement when that Click It and Ticket started in Oklahoma, and that was one of the things. And there was so much funding. They were putting cameras in the cars, and it was part of that program. So in this case, it's state, federal, man. Anyway, they've got Department of Transportation money.
National Traffic Safety Highway Administration, NTSHA.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, another acronym. They give money for overtime because we don't have enough people to, we're barely making the calls and getting from call to call to call. And
the officer has to be on overtime, strictly look for.
Just for that, and then that's recorded and they track it and it's sent in. So Mountain View's doing a good job of that last night. They had a lot of officers out and
cha-ching.
Well, they were doing the of course when they check in with dispatch, and they're like, I'm on duty, I'm 10-8 as we say. I'm 10-8 and for step, and they'll have their time that's on there, and so it makes it easy for us guys that are in the county and that they know they're working that. So we try to stay out in the county anyway and let them do their thing, but we work together. I made a traffic stop last night, and the sergeant from the city was right on the edge of the city limits. He came out and checked on me, and that's it, because there's not enough of us to go around. We're really well together and got a great relationship between the Mountain View Police Department and Stone County Sheriff's Office. It's a really good deal. Good guys.
You bet. Time for another quick break. Be right back. When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands including Carhartt, Cherokee, and Gray's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Clogs, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractable, compression socks, paramedic BDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, as well as minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
The Party Spot venue and DJ service. Contact Tammy Reynolds for your next holiday or special event.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire's Barbershop today, a unique gentleman barbershop. Get back in style from a former celebrity hairstylist and a licensed barber instructor who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire's Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 848 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
It's that time of year again. Time to take a hard look at your Medicare health plan. If you're looking for a new plan or looking to renew your existing plan, now's the time to renew all your options. At VACO Insurance, we'll sit down with you and show you all the new choices and options, including $0 premium plans with low copays and dental, vision, and hearing benefits. Let us help take the confusion out of selecting a plan and find one catered to your needs. Contact VACO Insurance today, located at 351 East 9th Street, Suite B in Mountain Home.
Came up on 751. Visit Mike Stephen Mountain. It's Mountain View, Stone County.
Stone County. Oh my goodness. Dale, I'm just going to go get my ticket book. I'll be right back. Oh boy.
Well, we should have invited Senator Scott Flip over here to talk about the seatbelt law too.
Oh man.
Oh.
Y'all don't want to know what Dale told us on the break.
It's my secret.
Yeah, I got you. I understand.
Can't do that now in Stone County.
Yeah.
Watching for me.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I can't even think straight anymore. Thank you, Dale. Appreciate it. Hey, I break the law on a daily basis.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, buddy. Professionalism out the window. Oh, here we go.
So what kind of funny stuff you got down there?
Well, golly, where do we start? You just never know what you're going to run into. And of course, Walmart. Oh my gosh. Of course, it's in Mountain View, so it's usually in passing that we're there. One of the things that we get involved with, unfortunately, and I don't know where we're going to stand on it, is people lock their keys in their cars, and
to this day they do that?
Oh my goodness, it's something, and it's getting to where we can't get in them anymore. Used to, you use the wedge and use the tools and get in them, but you lock the keys in the car. Well, that little fob thing that's a computer that's laying in there. Used to, you work it in and you could push the button and hit the power lock and open. If that fob's in the car,
forget it.
You just walk up and say, you're going to have to.
Well, you know what I do when I travel? I take the spare key and keep it in my pocket.
And I don't understand why people don't do that.
Or somebody's riding with me, here, hold on to the spare key.
And I understand some people are in a hurry. Here's that frog.
Yeah. Welcome.
Excuse me. Yeah, thank you.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah. I understand, they're busy and they drop their keys or set them down in the seat, and then they close the door and you get there and it's like they're right there. They're inside the window. They're right there. Okay. Most, I'll just about say all departments don't do these anymore because of the liability of breaking equipment, and then people just, they're really grateful when we do it for them, and I understand that, but when you see this an elderly lady locked her keys in her vehicle. Of course, I was on the other side of the county. The city police department, for good reason, like I talked about, they don't do those anymore in Mountain View, and I understand that.
Well, I thought most cars now, if you had the key in and got out, and like the door locks don't work if the key is in the.
Yeah, no, that ain't the case.
Really?
There's different models or different things, and some of them you can start them up. There was a Chevy Tahoe. You start the vehicle up, and it was running and closed the door. And after a certain time, it locked the doors, and I'm like, well, why would you do that? So I don't know. It's lockout systems anyway. This elderly woman, she locked her keys in the car, and she's been to Walmart, and she's standing out there holding her groceries. It's raining, and you come pulling up, and she's been standing there for no telling how long.
She's sopping wet.
And she's like, "How are we gonna do this, hon?" Well, I said, "Well, I'm gonna put a wedge in here, and we're gonna get it." And then when it was all said and done, she's like, "I'm going to get another key right now." And I said, "Do you not have another key?" And she says, "Well, no, I've never have. I've only had one." I just thought, it's not a funny thing as much as it is. Well, I'd be a little more prepared. And especially with these, nobody wants to go buy that extra one because they're $70 to $100 for a key fob now. So I get it, but we get out here and people tell us crazy things on the side of the road when you're stopping. You try to, you think you've heard it all. I've been doing this for a long time. You think you heard it all, and then you'll come up to the door, and they'll come up with something out of the blue. Like, so why are you going 72 mile an hour? Is there an emergency down the road here or something? Nope. Well, why were you going that fast? Well, I was Facebooking with, and I was like, so now you're distracted driving. So we've got a ticket there on top of that, and they just keep giving you more evidence. Next thing you know, you're in the car, and they were tweaking, and we found dope, and you just one thing after another. It's like it leads to the next thing, to the next thing, and then we're doing an SFST, and we're going into all the other stuff that we talked about. So traffic stops.
One time I was going through Pocahontas. I was going from Conway, Arkansas to Neelyville, Missouri, and going through Pocahontas, and I come across Current River there, or Black River. It'd be Black River, I guess.
Black River. Mm-hmm.
Made the turn, and I go back up to what I thought was 55 miles an hour, and the policeman pulled me over. And he said, "Sir?" I said, "Yes, sir." And he says, "I got you for 56 and a 45. I said, 45? I don't remember seeing the 40. I said, "Well, if I missed the sign, I missed the sign. You gave me a warning ticket. That's the only time I've been pulled over." But
honesty still always goes a long way.
But see, you got that construction on the bridge right there.
Mm-hmm.
I said I must have missed the sign. I just assumed we're north of the city a little bit. I thought it went back to 55. No, you're still to 45 here.
Yeah, there's places that are like that. Even going out of Mountain View, it's 45 for quite a ways, and then it turns to 55 before the city limits there, going 5 south. Yeah. And people are just...
And coming out of Mountain View towards Sycamore, you get that hill there. Well, if that's ice, you can go down that thing at 120 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's amazing how fast people will try to drive on that. You try to work all over the county, but there's places that are like that where there's
that's a heck of a hill
speed issues. It is.
How do y'all handle that in ice? Skis.
Hope that the state truck has been there. The highway department.
Hill at 40 miles an hour. You can, if you don't touch the gas, you can be doing almost 70, if not more, by the time you get down to the base of that hill. If you're in overdrive.
Yeah, if you throw it neutral, you're going to be.
You'd be pushing 80 miles an hour
easily. Oh. The highway department does a real good job on those places where they know south of Mountain View on Highway 9 going. That Dodd Mountain where you're going out towards Shirley there, that's the big one. Yeah. And so, listen, I know we're getting towards the end here. All these local fire departments can use the help.
Yep.
If you nothing else, go down there and volunteer to sweep a bay or something, or say, hey, can we clean some of your stuff up? Or do you don't have to volunteer and do all the training and all the stuff that the main firefighters can do. Go help these guys. Tell them you help them with their fundraiser, whatever the case might be. It'd be great. And Dale, I always appreciate y'all letting us.
We have a blast when you come up.
Never know what we're going to talk about.
When I come down to Stone County, I'll be wearing my seatbelt.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, thank you, Dale.
Yeah, back to the back was, hey, Mike, I'm wearing my seatbelt.
He'll be grabbing the seatbelt. So.
Try not to laugh over his scooter.
You know, you have one break, and it just went to pieces, didn't it?
Anyway, we better wrap it up for the week. Thanks for being here.
You bet. Thanks
we
for having
will
me.
see you on Monday. Bob Rechtenwald Sports on Monday. See you then.